All right, let me see what my notes say. Early in the week, for those of you who weren't here, we were kind of kidding around somewhat, and I said if you would say to me as I drove by a walk by, Mark, you're the greatest, you had a chance of winning or at least coming back. And I did a tally, and I counted 762 people who said, sometimes more than once, Mark, you're the greatest. When I went into further research, 3 were sincere. Thank you, Buzz. John had a couple of announcements he wanted me to make. Next year he has a co-sponsor, Blue Cross Blue Shield. We had a medically challenged week, and the good news is everyone is doing well. So thank God for that. I did call this morning to the Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture and talk to them about these cicadas and what happens if they land on you. And they said, really, there's no problem for 16 years. So John said he'll run this as long as possible, but not 17 more years. So if you ever had a real buzz, you will in 17 years. I want to leave you with a couple of thoughts. No, I think I'll just leave you with one thought. A serious one. I heard a speaker one day talk about something called the butterfly principle. And history will tell you that somewhere in the mid-20th century, this scientist approached the New York Society of Scientists and Physicists with a theory. And the theory was, he said, I believe if there's a butterfly on a flower in Central Park, that when that butterfly flaps its wings, the air molecules will hit other air molecules, and it could eventually cause a typhoon off the coast of Japan. And all these brilliant people on the board laughed at him and literally asked him to leave. Well, years later, it turned out that it wasn't a theory. It was a principle. It happens every time. So when a butterfly flaps its wing or anything creates disturbance of air movement, one molecule hits another, and crazy things happen. And the reason this guy gave the speech was that there's a couple of butterflies sitting in that cart. They did something. Okay, the molecules of people and 150-something participants today, you know, magic can happen when someone puts their mind to it. And as the week went on, I got a little melancholy when I heard a lot of people say, well, you know, this sport is dying and it's going away. And I'll guarantee you that's going to happen if you accept the principle. But if you try to get someone involved, and maybe next year try to bring someone who's never seen this, and maybe have never flown a control line, this whole thing that we love doesn't have to go away. So we're all butterflies. And I just encourage you not to take the easy path. An easy path is just to write this off at some point so that our children and grandchildren will never know what control line is. So I'll leave you with that thought. I'll give you one last series. A lot of people said, Will and I make this look easy. Well, first of all, this is the best guy in the world to work with. Secondly, Sandy and her team, they do make it easy. They're just tremendous. Despite Sandy's aggressive years of being on this earth, you know, she had her 60th birthday. And I've learned not to knock her because she's smarter than I am, but happy birthday. John and Buzz. John, I'm sure will speak later, but he really, it's easy for Will and I to work with him because he basically kind of gives us free reins, which is smart. So if we screw up, he can say, that was your idea. Brian, who's been doing the mowing, Rick Huff and a couple of others who helped us. We've never driven so many stakes. Where's Rick?
Right here.
Into the ground.
Racing, Randy, Oprah, Mike Falco, Bob Whitney, Dave Howell, you guys really made it easy by helping out. And all the other flyers that helped time, count laps and do everything. You guys make it happen, otherwise we wouldn't have a contest. Thank you.
Third place and Sportsman Clown is Ted Heinrich.
Oh yeah, I want to. I was going to grab Jerry, so I get it.
Second place in Sportsman Clown is Mark Washahara.
He'd get it.
Third place in Sportsman Clown is Christine Henley. Bruce Gibson.
Yeah, you want to go where you can go out because you still got lots of.
First place in Sportsman Clown, Ross Gibson. First place in Sportsman Clown, John Saunders. Sportsman Clown Expert, third place, Lynn
This is kind of unrelated.
Lynn Burrell.
I wish he did.
Sportsman Clown Expert, second place, Charlie
I
Johnson.
wanted to get. I don't care if I got one.
First place, Sportsman Clown Expert, Carl Schaffer. Sportsman Clown Expert, third place, Mark Wasahara. Second place in Sportsman Clown Expert, Paul Smith. First place, Sportsman Clown Expert, Al Ferrara.
Working.
Sportsman Foxburg, third place, Jerry Hall.
I guess I could take that for him. I'm going his way. Jerry Hall, right?
Oh no, she's probably taking.
Sportsman Foxburg, second place, Dennis Thomas. First place, Sportsman Foxburg, Mark Washahara.
Bugs will be neatly organized.
Third place, Sportsman Foxburg, Ed Wallace. Second place, Sportsman Foxburg, Phil Spillman. Sportsman Foxburg, first place, Lynn Burrell.
Probably pretty old. But they wouldn't be older than the age of trees. No. And the trees.
Sportsman Foxburg Expert, third place, Dan Banjoff.
There were trees, but they weren't like this. So these have developed later. They're probably not that old. I mean, in geological time.
Sportsman Foxburg Expert, second place, Bryce Gibson. Sportsman Foxburg Expert, first place, Carl Shaw. Sportsman Foxburg Expert, third place, Mike Palco. Sportsman Foxburg Expert, second place, Paul Smith. Sportsman Foxburg Expert, Al Ferraro. Scales next, John.
It's just that life does evolve, it changes, things happen. Yeah. You know, it doesn't have to be any particular reason for it. A lot of it is.
Hello, I want to thank everybody who helped with the skill.
No,
Actually,
him and Jerry
that's
flew
where
together.
my
Maybe you
son-
can give it to
James
Jerry.
hasn't
Jerry can
tried
get it to
skill
Ed.
in 15
Okay,
years,
yeah.
and my son
I
never
guess,
did.
I don't know.
So after like
Well-
3 flights I worked with him, they was right on. They did an excellent
They were a
job.
team.
Thank you
I
very
know
much.
I'm going to his house, but I don't know.
Jerry, yeah. Well,
Let me get the camera here.
Fun scale, third place, Harry Crispo. Fun scale, second place, George Marenka.
Wait a minute, we gotta get the other one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Fun scale, first place, Tim Lenore. Profile scale, third place, Bryce Steckler. Bruce Steckler.
Really messed up a lot of trash cans. He used to build 4 or 5 a week.
You'll notice the scale people are coming up here at scale speeds.
Second place, profile scale, John Wright. Local, California. First place, profile scale, Paul Smith. Sports scale, third place, John Wright. Sports scale, second place, Paul Smith. Sports scale, first place, Bob Stewart. Come on, Sparky.
No speech, no speech.
Half-A scale, third place, John Saunders. Half-A scale, second place, Bob Whitney.
Thank you.
he's from Florida.
Half-A half-A scale first place, George Marinka.
Well, that's right, they had scales.
At scale, we have high static and profile. It was Bruce Steckler.
My airplane can't even make a showing. Well, of course, my airplane also we get 5, 6 years.
High static scale and sport scales, Ed Mason.
Hey Ed, it looks just like you. Wood.
High static half-A scale is George Marinka.
Another wood.
Speed limit combat is next.
Thank you, John.
All right, Will just gave me 2 minutes to entertain you, so we'll do a little dance here. I'd like to thank all the people that helped us put on combat. Here it's a real struggle to get it done in one day because we had like 36 matches, and if you're lucky you get 6 an hour. When you allow 5.5 hours for the range, but had some great help from
Arlene.
yeah, Arlene Piles from Texas, all the way from Texas. She came up with Bob Mears, who's a great combat flyer down there. Dennis Hastings and Brad, what's your grandson's name? Colton Smith. They did a really great job judging all those matches for 2 days. And then Lloyd George got things going to get the pits running because we had to run the matches like every 10 minutes. You had a couple minutes in the pits to fuel up, get out there, fly your match, and get off to get to the end of this thing. We still didn't get done till 11:30 a.m. Yesterday. We're ready for the camera.
Speed limit combat, third place, Phil Cartier.
I've been running this event for John for I think it's 17 years. And part of the deal was that I get to fly. This is the first time I've ever placed. So the other standout we had this year was for sportsmen. We had a real sportsman here. Naomi Macklin from Canada came, and she flew her first combat matches this year, and she did great. And we all appreciated her coming and she did a great job. And I hope to see her back after Lynn and Bradley Point and all the other Canadians give her a little more practice.
Second place, speed limit combat, Al Ferraro. First place, speed limit combat, Roy Glenn. Paul Smith. Fox 35 speed. Fox 35 Speed, third place, Jim Bagana. Second place, Fox 35 Speed, Alfarado. Gerardo. First place, Fox 35 Speed, Carl Shaper. Turkey Speed, third place, Henry Nelson. Perky Speed, second place, Al Ferraro. First place, Perky Speed, Bob Whitney.
114 and new high for Brodaks or any place else that I know of. There you go.
Clown Speed, third place, Paul Smith.
The house wins. Thank you very much. Naomi.
Hey!
Second place, Naomi.
Second place, Clown Speed. Second place, Naomi Macklin. First place, Clown Speed, Charlie Johnson.
Hey, on behalf of Charlie, I want to thank everybody. His Lordship Charlie Johnson is from California, and he's an international competitor that competes all over the world, and he hypes up the Brodaks and gets people interested in it, and he's succeeded in bringing people in from South Africa and Australia, and this year New Zealand. And Charlie really deserves a win. He's really added a lot to the Brodaks with his advertising of it and bringing in international competitors. So it's a well-deserved win for Charlie.
Third place, 100-mile LA 25 event is Charlie Johnson. Second place in the 100-mile LA 25
Same as before.
event, Lynn Burrell.
Okay, Lenny was the winning pilot last year, and his team owner, Brad LaPointe's had some medical problems. He's okay, but he can't leave Canada at the moment. So Lenny's in with Doug Blackmore, and a real nice second place in the 100-miler.
First place, 100-mile LA 25, Charlie Barnes.
Hey, I'm sorry the Barnes family boogied out early without their prizes, but they're the ultimate permanent champions of the Brodaks. This is the last time we're going to run this. I thought it was the last Brodak ever, but fortunately the contest has got a reprieve, but the event hasn't. After 14 years of running this event, the Barnes have broken the record to the point that there's no reason to have another one. It was an hour and 22 for the last 14, or it's an hour and 28 for the last 14 years. Now it's an hour and 22, and there's no reason to insult the record by running the race again.
Paul Smith, 100-mile LA 25, third place is Paul Smith. 100-mile LA 25, second place is Doug Blackburn.
Okay, we got the teams a little split up. Dougie, come on.
It's all right. You're already up there.
We got the team owners and the pilots divided, but it's our first appearance in this and a prize.
100-mile LA 25, first place, Chuck Barnes. Perky Clown, Fox 35 speed, closest to average is Dave Evar.
Dave here. Nice run anyway.
We only have 462 more awards. We're going to chill out a little.
Old Town Stunt, Phase 2, Intermediate, 3rd place, Bruce Steckler.
Are we okay for you? Yep. Okay.
Old Time Stunt, Phase 2, Intermediate, 2nd place, Dennis Hastings.
What'd you drop?
I think I left it over there. I have to go get it. No, that's Old Town Stunt.
Old Time Stunt, Phase 2, Intermediate, Skip Chernoff. First place. Old Time Stunt, Phase 2, Advanced, 2nd place, Artie Jessup. Old Time Stunt, Phase 2, Advanced, Bud Reese. First place. Old Time Stunt, Phase 2, Expert, 2nd place, Wesley Dick.
Hey man, can you pull the chair away from the table? You're bumping the camera. There you go.
Old Time Stunt, Phase 2, Expert, 1st place, Phil Spillman.
Sandra,
What?
come on up here,
Why?
because you're in the picture.
No one wants a picture of Phil.
Oh.
We didn't realize Old Time Stunt was the pilot.
Well, after all these
54 years of marriage and we can get the picture together.
I have a yellow shirt on.
Thank you.
Have a shirt.
This was the first year that we added the Ringmaster Fire Cat event. All skill classes were combined. And 3rd place goes to Chris Bernard.
Ringmaster Fire Cat.
Ringmaster Fire Cat event, 2nd place, Dan Banjock. He was flying a Brodaks Brodaks Fire Cat.
Yeah.
Ringmaster Fire Cat, 1st place, Joe Gilbert.
Not the last.
But I got him. Old time stunt, intermediate. Third place goes to Steve Holt.
I'm trying my best. Yeah, they're all in the bad place anyway. I'm gonna spend my rest of my life with this classic box.
Old time stunt, intermediate. Second place, Tim Tipton. Old time stunt, intermediate. First place, George Marinka. Old time stunt advance, third place, Eric Keller.
Hey, hey.
Dumb luck.
Trying to get everybody.
I'll just take them there.
Old time stunt advance, second place, Bernie Sinowski.
Yeah, I'm not up to the potential of that thing.
Old time stunt advance, first place, Rick Huff. Old time stunt expert, third place, Joe Gilbert.
One to a customer.
Come on, hobble on out there.
It's just good.
Old time stunt expert, second place, Dan Benjock. Old time stunt expert, first place, Dennis Adams.
What's wrong with 60?
Yeah, spin him around, do a dance.
I'm going to do that together.
Classic stunt beginner, third place, Pete Huff. Pete here. Classic stunt beginner, second place, Chris Fritz. Classic stunt beginner, first place, David Fillinzak. Classic stunt intermediate, third place, Steve Holt. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, let them talk to each other. Yeah.
Classic stunt intermediate, second place, Skip Chanel. Classic Stunt, intermediate, first place, Chris Keller. Classic Stunt Advanced, third place, Tom Morris. Classic Stunt Advanced, second place, Matthew Doobie. Classic Stunt Advanced, first place, Rick Huff. Classic Stunt Expert, third place, Jim Lynch. You've already got it. Classic Stunt Expert, second place, John Simpson. Classic Stunt Expert, first place, Joe Gilbert.
I'll see him. I'll see Jim Lynch at the Nats. Mark, I'll see Jim at the Nats. Oh, okay.
He runs away too quick.
Nostalgia 30 beginner, third place, Naomi McLean.
My first successful inside loop.
Nostalgia 30, second place, Dennis Hastings. Beginner, second place, Dennis Hastings.
Tim Stang.
No, that's it for me.
Okay, we'll go look at your picture.
Three trophies.
Look at your picture. You want the Dennis's trophy? Yeah, what the hell?
We'll cut and paste his face in there.
Yeah, cut and paste it.
Nostalgia 30, beginner. 30 beginner, first place, Donald Shackleton. Nostalgia 30 intermediate, third place, Steve Dinnerman. Nostalgia 30 intermediate, second place, Brian Rahilly. Nostalgia 30 intermediate, first place, Wayne Robinson. Nostalgia 30 advanced, third place, John Tate. Nostalgia 30 advanced, second place, Charles Carter. Nostalgia 30 advanced, first place, Jerry Glyer. Nostalgia 30 expert, third place, Lynn Burrell. Nostalgia 30 expert, second place, John Saunders.
Could you move the chair up just a little bit? bump the cable on it. Okay. I'm sorry about that.
Nostalgia 30 expert, first place, John Paris.
Don't bump the cable.
Precision Aerobatics profile beginner, third place, Lynn Betchtold.
There you go, Lynn.
Super duper.
Profile PA beginner, Chris Fatts, second place. Profile PA beginner, first place, Carl Casanerus. Profile PA intermediate, third place, Dave Hallis. Profile PA intermediate, second place, Dennis Thomas.
Beginner stunt once, it was a joke for me. Everybody's laughing.
Profile PA intermediate, first place, Brian Mahaley. Profile PA advanced, third place, George Waters.
That's all I'm attempting. I'm going over.
I'll take George.
George Waters.
Worst thing that can happen is you wreck the airplane.
You want a picture of you or? No. Okay.
Profile PA advanced, second place, Bryce Reese. Profile PA advanced, first place, Rick Huff. Get him out of here! Expert, third place, Lynn Burrell.
Oh, yeah. We got a Dodge Caravan. We can carry it all.
Profile PA expert, second place, Tim Stack.
Joey's profile, that mustache.
Thank you, Daddy.
Profile PA, first place, Dennis Adamson, expert. Profile Precision Aerobatics Junior Award goes to Garrett Sisk. Senior award goes to Brian the Hill. Ladies and youth, basic flight, third place, Aiden Gregory. Ladies and youth, basic flight, second place, Logan Gregory. Ladies and youth, basic flight, first place, Garrett Sears. Junkyard Wars.
Come on, Tim.
Where's Ken at?
Ken Armish?
Ken Armish.
Round here, what you need to get a yeah, right. Oh, you did. Make sure you get a bunch of guys with motorcycles parked out.
Well, this was an exciting year for Junkyard Wars. After I've been doing this now, I think this is the 5th year, I don't recall. We had a milestone set this time. I don't know if, I'm sure everybody here saw it. But I had opened my big mouth and I said I would give really good bonus points if someone could do the full AMA pattern. And I have to say, it was done. So where do we go from here? All the teams did a great job. I think they all deserve a big hand.
Junkyard Wars, third place goes to the team Brew Barons.
Got it? Thank you, Ken. Good job, guys. Thank you. Good job on your part, too.
Junkyard Wars, second place, 3 old guys and an angel. Second place.
Where's the third old guy and the angel?
The angel's in heaven looking down on us, and the old guy had to go home.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's mine? Good answer.
Junkyard Wars, third place, with a pretty nice pattern, is Team Canada.
Knucklehead.
Did I hear knucklehead?
The knuckleheads.
His fist.
Oh, knuckleheads. Oh, knuckleheads.
Precision Aerobatics beginner, third place, David Fillensack.
Yeah, dude.
Where'd he go?
Precision Aerobatics beginner, second place, Pete Huff. Precision Aerobatics beginner, first place, Chris Fritz. Precision Aerobatics Intermediate, third place, Jack Rosemere. Precision Aerobatics Intermediate, second place, Dave Hallis. Precision Aerobatics Intermediate, Jim Begani.
David Falancek was nice enough, I mean this is beyond the call, to personally donate a kit from John's store to the winner of intermediate first place. That's you. David, thank you.
Precision Aerobatics Advanced, third place, goes to Rick Huff. Precision Aerobatics Advanced, second place, all the way from North Carolina, Don Jenkins.
All right, Don. Hey, is he the right height?
Precision Aerobatics Advanced, first place, Mike Waldron.
Yay.
Precision Aerobatics Expert, third place, John Parrish.
Hang on, John. You get it?
Precision Aerobatics Expert, second place, Dennis Adamson.
It's not a good picture, is it? Not a very good picture.
Precision Aerobatics Expert, first place, best of the best, Dan Banjon. The winner of Expert PA at Brodaks, and also the winner of the Brodaks Cup, he gets to keep it for a year, bring it back next year, and win it again. All right, Dan Banjon. The competitor's reward is the most events entered. With 10 events this year goes to Paul Smith. Otherwise known as the Paul Smith Trophy. Most arduous journey. Yeah, most arduous journey this year goes to a man from New Zealand by the name of Bryce Gibson.
Right.
Hard to beat this one.
Love Participation Award goes to the Philly Flyers. Come on up, Philly Flyers.
pretty close.
Yeah, what are we, 200?
I think we would be totally undone if we didn't think that Brodak 21 was coming. Thank you, John and Buzz.
I like those ones. This is an award from the Philly Flyers. And we thought about this a couple years ago, and thankfully this year we had a club member, John Gladthorne, who's not here, but he spearheaded this and got this award done for us that we want to present as Philly Flyers and say thank you to John and Buzz. I've been here 19 out of the 20 years, and many of other Philly Flyers have been here almost as long or just as long. This award is to John and Buzz for 20 years of the flying. Thank you, John and Buzz.
Can't see it with all the people in the way. Make a hole down the front.
Brodaks Field of Dreams. Be it remembered that for 2 decades, thousands came to fly control line airplanes, relive their youth, enjoy their sport, and enrich their lives. Your Philly Flyers say a sincere thanks to our dear friends, Buzz and John Brodak.
Down in front. Hold it up so we can all see it. Yeah, so we can all see it.
Whoosh, down in front.
I look so young on that.
Hold it up straight.
Get Buzz in there. Buzz, come around front. Yay!
We also have the Pilot's Choice Award. All the people entered the PA get to vote, all the contestants. And this year there were 3 standouts. One of them is Joe Adamusco, won 1 award. Lynn Burrell. Scott Richmond. These are 3 first place trophies.
Pilot's Choice Awards. Hang on! Hang on! Hold on! Pilot's Choice.
Congratulations, Glenn.
Thank you. See that one? Wow.
John and Buzz have asked Will and I to present a couple of special awards, and it goes in keeping with the family of the Brodak event and people who come year after year and support this. So we'd like to recognize, we have 2 plaques. This one is addressed to Larry Scarinzi for 20 years of loyalty in participating at the Brodaks fly-in. He came here in '97 and thought for sure he was in heaven. His stories will keep you with a listening ear, even at this 20th year, June 18th, 2016. Would Larry and Ginger please come up here? And on Ginger's plaque, behind every great man, there is a greater woman. Always written by Buzz. And one more, for 20 years of loyalty and participating at the Brodaks fly-in. He landed here in '97 with his plane engine revving. His zest for life is always in high gear, keeping us all happy and laughing this 20th year. Bill Spillman.
Uh-oh, I'm sorry.
I've been He forced me to come up here, Bill.
There, wherever you want.
Thank you. Oh, man. What a surprise. Thank you very much. Thanks, John. Thanks, Buzz.
He is a happy man.
For anyone that knew Rusty Brown knew that this place was special to him. Just as special was the Fox Sandcast 4-bolt head, 2-bolt backplate engine. So we picked someone that most represented the way Rusty is, the way Rusty flew. D. Hill, are you here? D. Hill's left, okay. D. Hill made this trophy. It also has Rusty's dog on it. And there was a lot of guys that made the short list for this. And this year's award goes to Rick Huff. What's about your airplane, Rick?
Rick, stand here.
Oh, the old time plane I built was an Upstart, designed in 1948 by Claude McCullough, and I powered it with a 4-bolt Fox 35 from I guess about 1951, and it flew very well. Thank you.
The next award is the Spirit of 52. It's the guy that most emphasizes what a 1952 airplane would look like, down to the original engine that was on the plans, the type of finish, the hinges, spinner, wheels, nuts and bolts, all. If you took a picture of it, it would look just like 1952. So this year's recipient is Bob Zambelli with his Icarus. Yeah. He's not here, but we'll make sure he gets it. This is the Spirit of the Sport Award. I'd like to read the names out on this award. The 2001 was Sandy and Bruce Pete Klepskett. 2002 was Neil Beekman. 3 was Reuben McBride. 2004 was Uncle Watt Moore. 2005 was Charlie Ward. 2006 was Tom Morris. Bill Cartier, Jill Reedy in 2008. 2009 is our own D. Hill. Dalton Hamlet was 2010. 2011 is John Bilda. 2012 was Vicki Easter and Albert Nikki in the Winnie Wagon. 13 was our own photographer Elwin Odd. 2014 was Lou Woolard. 2015 was John Saunders. This year's recipient of the 2016 award is a guy that every one of us knows. He's the first guy that calls me and asks me to help judge. He's here every morning helping me to judge, whether I need him or not. And he's also one of my best friends, Alan Buck.
empty.
I don't know what to say.
Thank you, Works.
Let's trip for the cake. All I can say is thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Keep on trucking. Thank you.
Okay, first I want to thank everyone for coming again this year. And as all of you know, my health's improved, so I'm going to continue this on year to year. And I've got my strength back pretty much now. I'm starting to build airplanes again. And the second thing is, I guess you can see where we finally started on our museum. So now they should have the building in with 30 days, should be under roof by August. And what I'm going to do, since I have half it already built, I'm going to go and start setting that up. And then when we're done with the other part, go there. What I'm going to need, though, from some of you guys, some history. I got so many things, I don't even know what they are, you know. So what I'm going to try to do is put it out on the internet, and maybe you can help me. And I know Bob Zabelli's going to come here later for a while and help me with the engines. And I got a lot of radio control stuff that I don't know what it's about. I'm not a radio control guy. It's going to be a museum. It's going to have everything. Radio control, pre-flight control line, but I'm going to mostly judge on the pre-flight and control line, because that's where the beginning was. So anyhow, thank you again very, very much for coming. I sure appreciate it.
Tell them about Control Line World. John.
Okay, one last thing is Sparky's going to take over Control Line World, because he's really good with the internet stuff. There won't be any hard copies, but it'll be on the internet. And I guess Nikki agreed to keep on being our editor, so it'll still be there and a little bit cheaper. Maybe more people will sign up. Because what happened is when we raised the price $10, the $50 for foreign people, everyone quit. We went from 280 down to 29. What happened is that for the $10, each club bought one and they passed the magazine around. So that just killed us. You know. But anyhow, it's going to be on the internet. Be starting after our September. You'll be the January issue, right? This was. Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
I don't know why I always get the tail end of this thing. Can you hear me? Yeah. All right. I guess you all know I'm not getting around too good. I'm going to have a total hip replacement, and I won't explain that. It's really awful what you're going to do. But hopefully I'll be back to normal. And in no time flat, I've talked to so many of you that have either had it done or know somebody that has it done. And it seems like the key to everything is do the physical therapy. So that's what I'm going to have to do, and I'm going to remember all of you every time it hurts. So anyway, I know the girls on the line yesterday doing the food were just tremendous for me. They put me up in John's chair, which I enjoyed that. I got to sit in the boss's chair. But they did all the work for me. They did all the cleaning up, and I really, really appreciate all the girls that did it. And, you know, somebody that maybe we forget to mention every year, I mean, Sandy and her crew are just outstanding. We couldn't do anything without anybody. Believe me, John and I don't have a damn thing to do with it. We just let y'all come to our house, and that's about it. But the girls in the weenie wagon and everything, but there are two guys that help us that you never even think about. George Conley and Sam. I'm sorry, Sam, I don't know your last name, but they're on these mowers all the time. Whenever you can see this much grass cut like this, it is amazing. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Now, like we said, we thought this was going to be the end, and we were going to go out on top, but, you know, John doesn't quit. It doesn't matter. In fact, you know, I could have probably had this operation this week, but he told me it doesn't hurt that bad. So we got to get the fly-in over first, you know. But anyway, I thank all of you guys for coming, because if you didn't come, you know, it doesn't matter how many workers we had, how low the grass is cut, how many darn hot dogs we had, it wouldn't matter, because you aren't here. So thank you, and let's go 20 more years.
One last thing on George and his crew. He starts cutting the grass end of April. He cut about over 15 times before the fly-in. The week before, he's every day cutting. That's why it's so soft and smooth, because I know a lot of contests I go to, they just cut it a couple weeks before and the stems are hard. You know, this is just like a golf course, but they really do a good job. I want to thank them. Thank you very much for coming.